Now, Prof, we cannot run away from the fact that some people have said this is all part of the political brigandage, that is going on. Now, but religious sentiments have also, crept in, and that has become like a Nigerian factor now. That every time you want to discuss a serious issue, the next question will be either you are for my religion or against my religion. Even right now, it's rearing its head in the national confab. So is it that we are too religious, or we are anti-religious, or we are just playing up the gallery?
I think it's perhaps more of the latter, that we are trying to play up to the gallery. The thing is that people have their tendencies. They have their inner and internal mischiefs, and they hide under
all sorts of labels.
Yes, to perpetrate them. I think that is the problem. And that is why I said at the beginning that if we all can go back and see that there is absolutely nothing to dissipate our energies for, other than the good that we can do, which will live after us, then we will approach issues differently, and we will do things differently.
Now, this initiative that you have started now, that you convened, yes,
civic conscious initiative.
Yes. Now, I like the civic consciousness part of it, but my worry, I think it shouldn't be my worry alone. The worry here will be that often than not, when beautiful initiatives like this start out, Nigerians don't sustain them. A typical example would be the march on, the support for the no hike in price fuel, no hike in this and all that, and there seems to be Occupy Nigeria, everybody being everywhere to stop the hike, but suddenly we're back to square one.
Yes, again, that's why I commended you and your station in trying to team up with us and propagate this ideal. I think what is lacking is education, proper education, proper information, proper consciousness of what is at stake. And that is why it is easier for politicians who for 4 years have neglected the people to come up easily with a loaf of bread, maybe
or a packet of
sugar, 200 naira stuffed in it, to convince people to vote for them again. But if we are all conscious and we see that what is at stake is more than what we consume today, but the future of our children and their children's children, then we will think better. We will examine those who are making promises. We will try to see their background and see how many things they have done
in the past
for their communities, how many promises they have made and broken. For instance, I did a study for an organization that organized a seminar in Ogun State, and the chairman of several local governments at that seminar confessed that as soon as they won elections, they were running away from the people.
From the constituencies?
Yes, because those people were bringing more problems for them to solve than they could handle.
Oh, no.
Okay? Now, two other studies in Lagos State replicated that.
The same story?
Yes. Now, why should we look onto elected officials to carry all our burdens? One. Two, why should the elected officials themselves
assume
lend
position
themselves
of being a godfather
to the promise that once they get there, all the people's problems will be solved? If they had been honest and truthful about their capability and what they were able to do, then the people will know the limit of their
expectations.
Yes. And then they would know what to do. Of course, when such people get into power, what they would then be struggling to do will be to empower the people so that they can bear their own responsibilities and not be wanting to thrust them on elected
officers. Now, Prof, it will seem to be in a catch-22 here. Now, the impression is that the mass media, as it were, should be at the forefront of equipping the people with the right information, with better judgment, with the right attitude, with some kind of investigative stories on those who are offering up, offices and all that. But these same organs, as it were, or this fourth estate of the realm, seem to be part of the court.
Well, I don't think the story can be different from what we are having now. Okay, one, our leaders have taken advantage of the ignorance of the people as well as the poverty under which the people are laboring to perpetrate all manners of injustice, all manners of unfairness, all manners of criminalities. Yes. Okay. The media ought to be playing the roles that you have just enunciated. But how many of them are equipped to play those roles? For instance, in a medium where the majority of the staff are owed 5-6 months' salaries, what do you want them to do? Why would they not go after brown envelope? Why would they not espouse the views and desires of
those who can offer the brown envelopes
and all manners of people who should not even be dealt with at all? Why would they not sing their praises to the highest levels? Why would you want such journalists to investigate and report the activities of those people that would not portray them in the light that they would want to see themselves? So the issue is complex. We are dealing here with ignorance. We are dealing here with poverty. Okay. And two most dangerous factors to national development.
Now, I don't want us to go into the break being so pessimistic, because all that we have said so far will just give us a gloomy picture of what this Nigerian dream that all of us we have been talking about for years now, it will seem to be. So, going forward, what will be the position for us? Maybe our own generation is already almost gone, but what happens to those who are coming behind us? How do we get them to begin to get the consciousness that we are talking about here to initiate the changes that we want to expect?
That precisely is why people who have felt concerned have gathered together. And we are not talking about people who are hungry here. We are talking about people who have
played their parts.
They have found a comfortable place in life. There are people who really are concerned about the downward trend of our values and the things that we ought to be doing. Now, if we can initiate programs of enlightenment, programs of education, programs that would let people see that all does not start and end with naira and kobo, then we would have started. And as I said earlier on, that when good things are initiated and people see truthfulness in those that are pursuing it, others will follow. I'm not a pessimist, for instance. I'm an unrepentant optimist. And because I believe that there's no condition that is permanent. This too will come to pass, and Nigeria will yet sing a glorious song of hallelujah.
I will say amen to that, and I would like to also, well, if I may borrow your robe of optimism, but for the younger generation, there seems to be total disconnect, with the current environment. All the youngsters are interested in right now would be to have their own pound of flesh, or to have their own share of the national cake, or just to go and occupy, not occupy the way we understand, but go to there. I mean, if anybody is going to national confab and is collecting 12 million, so why would he not aspire to go and collect 25 million for carrying his case?
Well, again, we have had this decay for a long time. It's going to take some time to reorientate us. But a journey of 1,000 miles starts with
a step.
A step. And that is where we are. Let us initiate that step, and we'll continue. And in no time at all, Nigeria will change. That is my belief.